Hey guys, it's me, Ree, and today I'm going to be talking about my autographed book collection. I do collect autographs. I have ones from actors mostly, but I do have a couple signed books that I wanted to share, so let's just dive right in. The first one is The Low Passions by Anders Carlson Wee. This is a poetry book about his experiences hitchhiking and taking trains across the United States. He has some poetry about those experiences. He has some about his own family and people he's met while on his adventures, and I think it's a really great book. I did have to read it for my creative writing class last semester, but even if you don't like poetry, I feel like you can get some enjoyment out of this, so I would highly recommend it. I got this book signed when he came to our college to do a poetry reading, and I was able to meet him before the poetry reading because we had a kind of private talk with like my creative writing class and him, and we were able to just have coffee together and talk about his experiences publishing, writing, how he got into poetry. So here is the actual autograph. It just says, "Rhiannon, wonderful to meet you. Keep up your writing." He signed it, and he did put the college at the bottom, but I'm just going to cover that up. The next one is Wayward Son by Rowell. This is the sequel to Carry On, which if you haven't read Carry On, it's an amazing book. I think of it as like the YA funny version of Harry Potter. It is a spin-off novel from the book Fangirl, so it kind of is Harry Potter in her universe, but Rainbow turns Harry Potter, like that kind of like fantasy genre, into this really great YA funny fantasy version, and I definitely got a lot of enjoyment out of it. So when she announced that there would be a sequel, I pre-ordered it from an independent bookstore in Nebraska called The Bookworm, and she does sell her books out of there quite a lot, and a lot of them are signed. They do carry signed copies of them, and I was able, sometimes they say you can add a personalization if you write a note, so I tried my hand at that, and she did personalize it. The next one is The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak, and this is the anniversary edition, so there are some like author notes, sketches in the back that he did. And I got this one at Barnes & Noble the other day because they do carry signed copies of books. If you just look, there's usually a little sign that says signed edition, and in this case there's a sticker on it. And here is the autograph. This next one is from an author I've actually never heard of before I got this book. It is called The City by Dean Kunz. My mom found this at her work when they were having like a little book sale, and he wrote The Beat Goes On. And this movie, oh my god, I really can't talk today. This book is about a musician, so I am actually kind of excited to read it and see what it's about. I think I do have another signed copy of one of his books in a closet somewhere, but this was the one I pulled out, so I'll have to double check and see. The next one is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I pre-ordered this book from Barnes & Noble, and here is the autograph. A lot of these books I actually haven't read yet because during the school year I was so busy reading books for my English courses that I never had time to read my own books. And then when I was working, the only chances I had to read were in the car before my shifts, and I'm not taking signed books in my car before my shifts. These are in the really safe places. So I'm excited to read some of these and do future reviews. But a lot of these, as I said, I got from like pre-ordering the book, so this is very easy. Like you can get signed books from authors a lot if you just pre-order them in time. They don't cost that much more money. I don't think they usually cost more money than a normal hardcover. So yeah. The next one was a gift from my parents because I said I wanted a signed book by this person, and I wasn't able to get Midnight Sun pre-ordered in time. And so they got me, here's Twilight, here's Life and Death. Life and Death is the gender swap version of Twilight that Stephanie Meyer did, and I try to get some of my favorite authors to autograph books. Like I have Rowell, I have John Green, so I really wanted Stephanie Meyer because she was a very big influence. When I was younger, I read the whole entire Twilight series, and I do enjoy her writing. I think she's a really great author when it comes to world building, even though I do have my problems with Twilight these days. I do think she's super talented, and I'm looking forward to reading Midnight Sun because I did end up pre-ordering it. And so here's the autograph. This next one was actually my graduation gift and is probably my favorite book in this collection. It is The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. My parents got this for me when I graduated college because I didn't want anything else. I didn't even want anything for graduating college, but they got me a book by my favorite writer, so that was nice. I am an English major. I do work 2 writing jobs right now, so like I am a writer, and she's definitely one of my biggest influences. I have a whole Harry Potter shelf right here, so even though I don't really agree with her views that she's been expressing on Twitter, like at all, she's always been a big influence to me. Her books are always going to be a big part of my life, so this is it. This was a book from a doctor's private collection. It is legit. The person selling it sent my dad a picture and everything, and here is her hologram right here, and here's the autograph. So I do have a copy of The Casual Vacancy. I didn't read it yet because I tried reading it once. I didn't really get into it because I started reading it when it came out, and at that point I was very much so a young teenager and wasn't really up my alley, so I'm gonna give it a second chance. It's on the top shelf and it is like a first edition, so I'm gonna put this one in a shadow box where nobody else can touch it, nobody else can breathe on it. It's gonna just stay propped open to this page and no one's ever gonna see it again. It's just gonna stay in my room framed. Yeah, so usually I will read the books. Like I am gonna read Life and Death. I'm gonna read the other ones. Casual Vacancy I'm never gonna read because that's too important to me. This last one was also a gift. It is The Book of Gutsy Women by Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton. My dad found this for me for Christmas because he heard an interview on Howard Stern about Hillary was doing. She talked about the book and he thought it was really neat, and he knows I'm a feminist and it's right up my alley, so he got it for me for Christmas. Here are the autographs. There's Hillary's on top and Chelsea's on the bottom. So yeah, it was really funny because obviously I got this for Christmas. This was Barnes & Noble. Like Barnes & Noble had editions before they sold out. There were like 1,000 or so signed copies of these, and he got me one. So like always check Barnes & Noble when a new book is coming out. A lot of times they're signed and you can choose signed, even if they're like by bigger authors like Hillary Clinton and Chelsea Clinton. So that's neat. I went to go tell people I had a signed Hillary Clinton book in my family for Christmas when they asked like, what'd you get for Christmas? And they were like, oh, we knew, like your dad showed us months ago. And I was like I couldn't even brag about that for a while. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading these, doing reviews, and I hope you like this collection. If you have signed books, let me know. And I challenged my friend Maggie to do this, like to show off her signed books, because she has a lot of signed books that she's gotten autographed in person. She's gone to book talks and she has some really cool books and some great stories, so I asked her to do this on her Instagram. So I'm going to put her Instagram in my description, and her Instagram is @MaggieRachel. Remember to edit in the text right here, please. And yeah, so she's going to be doing that. Make sure to check her out. And until next Friday, have a fantastic week, and I will see you.